All right, here we are, unapologetically significant. Did I say significant? Yes, you are
You are.
significant.
We are.
We are. We are.
Mhm.
Oh, just love it. So, how is everyone doing out there?
It's Friday Eve, so y'all
Yeah,
need, we
yeah,
need to
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pick it
Pick
up,
it up.
pick,
Pick
pick
it
it
up.
up,
I
pick it
mean,
up, pick
come
it
on,
up.
come on. You got plans, so
Yeah.
come on, think about it. But here we are again. We're by ourselves this time.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
a
back again. Um, we're your hosts, of course, Rich and Shelley Marie.
That's me.
That's her. And you've had a couple of weeks of some guests on the show.
Mhm.
Thanks for all the feedback and
Mhm.
questions and whatnot that
Yeah.
you've
So
given
we
us.
just recap. We went over seed oils and which
Mm-hmm.
ones are good, bad, and which ones you
Mm-hmm.
should be using.
Mm-hmm.
We also had Dr. Jean, which we talked about dental health and how that plays a
Mm.
role in nutrition,
Nutrition,
which
yeah.
is all we talk about. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's where we're at. And then today we are going to deep dive into
We're gonna get into the brain
dun dun dun
today.
dun.
We didn't talk about everything else,
Yeah.
about your gut and your teeth and your
Yeah.
mouth and
Yeah.
your and
Digestion,
digestion
enzymes.
and vagus
Yeah.
nerves and all that
Yeah.
stuff, but we haven't got up into this thing.
Hmm.
So we're gonna get into that today. Should be some interesting facts
Yeah.
that we point out.
Hmm.
I know some that I found out that I didn't know.
And a
So
lot of it is like refreshers and really
mhm,
connecting the dots. And I know that term is thrown around way too much, especially in corporate America, but really truly connecting the dots and understanding how it's all correlated. Because if it doesn't make sense, it's not gonna make sense.
right,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like, you have to understand how one piece is correlated, for it to truly impact your life, and we'll d dive into it. I'm not gonna even go I was gonna segue and just jump right into it, but I will let
Jump,
you
jump.
do it. I'll let you, go ahead and lead that.
All right. So again, we've talked a lot about digestion.
Mhm.
And when as we get into the brain, kind of how it operates and what it needs and whatnot, let's talk about sleep.
Ooh, we gonna start with sleep?
We're going to start with sleep
Yeesh.
because that's where a lot of people lose the battle.
Mhm.
Sleep. Now, what you need to do,
Should be
first off,
doing.
first off, you need to get either one of these, it's a Fitbit, or one of these,
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch,
Or y the Oura Ring works too.
or a ring.
Yeah, it's a little pricey,
You can
but
put a ring
it's
through your nose, you can do whatever you want, as long
it's
as it
something
measures your
that
sleep.
tracks the sleep, yeah.
Because it's so important. Sleep is so important because digestion is great. Yes, you need that. That's paramount. But sleep is also paramount.
Mhm.
And you need a device that's going to measure your overall sleep quality, how long you've been in REM sleep, how long you've been in deep sleep, how much you toss and turn, times of night that you're awake. Yeah,
Mhm.
all that data. You need all that data because it's time to put the big boy pants on now. We've been through the paddling and crawling and the walking and whatnot. So now we're gonna start running a little bit. You need to have these things because you need to know flat out. You need to know.
And we around here, what do? We test, we don't guess. Okay,
That's
so we
right.
need the data to move forward and figure out a plan. See where
Yep.
you're at.
Yep. Yep. And oh, it's not on here. It's on my cell phone. But um, you need to know all these things. Number one, what happens in deep sleep?
You sleep deeply.
Yes, you do. And, and your really starts to heal itself.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the healing takes place in deep sleep. Now, you should have a minimum of 1 hour of deep sleep.
So, basically what you're saying is the magic happens
Hmm.
when you're sleeping, and I will go into times, 10, 11 o'clock, whatever, but that's when your body is working on all of the things that it needs to heal that are taking place in your life. If it's your digestion, if it's your headache, if it's a pain in your back, if it's whatever it is, the flu, if whatever it
Hmm.
is, it's going to fix it. It only has 1 hour to do that. One.
So you've got to be able to heal. Detox also takes place. You've got dead cells floating around up
Mhm.
here and screwed up proteins, all kinds of things going on in that brain, and you need to be able to get rid of them. So when you lay down, now a good sleep app will tell you how long does it take for you to get to sleep.
Mhm.
Now it should not take 20 minutes, 30 minutes
Yeah.
to get to sleep. Something's we need to back that clock up and see what's happening, what you're doing that's preventing that. For me personally, it's about 6 minutes. 6 minutes, I'm out
Yeah.
from the time I lay down. And then you go into some people go into a light sleep at that point in time. Some people go directly into a deep sleep. Now you're going to circulate through the different patterns. It's not like you get deep sleep and you just stay there or you just stay in REM sleep the whole
Mhm.
time. It doesn't work that way. You're going to float up and down in these different scales. Okay. But typically you're going to look at time to get to sleep. You're going to look at what your light sleep is. A lot of people spend a lot of time in light sleep.
Mm.
You're gonna look at what your REM sleep is. Okay. REM sleep, just think of that you're on the way to deep sleep. Okay. A lot of things happen in REM sleep. A lot of the eye twitching motions are in REM sleep. A lot of dreaming happens in REM sleep. Because in deep sleep, your body's busy working.
Mhm.
But you need to know where you're at with those things. Because you can be doing all these other things, exercising, eating well,
Mhm. Meditating,
meditating,
journaling.
all that stuff, getting outside in the air, and still not be healthy because you're not getting enough sleep.
Mhm. And can I just ask this, because I know
Sure.
you guys are gonna ask this, how much sleep should I be getting?
Okay. How much sleep should you get? Another reason to get one of these
Yeah.
things, because it's going to tell you what the quality of sleep you're
Mhm.
getting. So it also has an efficiency number in there. So for me, I used to think that I could go on 5 hours of sleep. I did that for years. Years. Oh, I'm a night owl. I gotta stay up.
Oh, yeah.
Like something so important at midnight,
Mhm.
1 o'clock. I gotta be up. Then I gotta get up and go to work. So I'm up at 5 o'clock, 5:30. So I'm getting about 5 hours sleep. I did that for years, 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 years. And I remember when I got my first Fitbit and I looked at my score and my score was 61.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
that's a strong D. That's a D. It's actually not even a strong D. That's a
We're looking at summer school.
yeah, you definitely might need to take a couple of extra courses.
So I'm like, what the heck is
Yeah.
going on here? And at 5 hours of sleep, it's kind of tough to get in all these a sufficient amount of time in
Mhm.
all these different areas. Because if you need an hour and a minimum of an hour in deep sleep, now you're already down to 4 hours.
Right.
A lot of you don't even get to sleep.
And 20 minutes, 30 minutes later.
Yeah, so you're cutting it back even further.
Mhm.
So your sleep cycle is so short that your sleep efficiency number drops. But I would say absolute minimum 6 to 6.5 hours of sleep.
Okay. Good.
If you can get to 8, that's kind of
Optimal.
yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
optimal. Personally, I can't get past about 7 hours and 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And my body's just like, hey, I'm rested. I'm good. Let's get your ass
Mhm.
up and
Yeah, let's do something.
let's start
Yeah.
going. So, yeah. So you don't want to be on that 4 hours, 5 hours consistently. Once in a while, yeah, something comes up, whatever. But do not make it a pattern.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, so sleep. What else would we say about sleep?
Well, I was gonna go into, like
Ooh, ooh,
go
ooh,
what?
ooh,
Oh, that sounds
ooh,
like
ooh.
a moment.
Yeah, something just jumped in my mind.
Okay.
Ceiling fans.
Oh.
Ooh, there's a study that just came out about ceiling fans. Now, depending upon where you are in the country,
Mhm.
you know. When I lived back east, it's like, what the hell is a ceiling
Yeah.
fan?
We live on the West Coast, and if you we have one in every room. Most households in the Southwest has a ceiling fan in every
And
room.
this one is on.
Yeah, it's on.
So, ceiling fans, what do they really do? Well, obviously, they move air and
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff, cool the body down. But what do they also do? They dry you out. That dry air,
Vata energy.
the Vata energy is drying you out to a crisp. And when Vata energy gets off, now you're throwing off a lot of processes in the body. Digestion is going to be thrown off. Absorption is going to be thrown
Mhm.
off. A lot of things are going to be thrown off by that, just that air hitting you all the time. And for whatever reasons, it seems like in rooms, they locate these fans where they don't blow directly on you. Okay, I get the idea, cool the person off,
Mhm.
but you couldn't put it like 3 feet back the other way.
Yeah.
It's still gonna stir the air in the room, but you don't have that direct air coming on you, so
Yeah, so my people that are going through the change and need
mhm.
that fan directly on them in the middle of the night, this may or may not be working out for you. We might need to
Yeah,
revisit some
yeah,
other
yeah.
options.
There's some other things
Mhm.
going on in
Yeah, well,
there.
truthfully, there's other things
Yeah,
going on
yeah,
besides food,
yeah.
but that's
Ox
another episode.
oxidative stress, but we'll
Mhm,
get to that in a bit.
mhm.
Okay, you were gonna say
I was gonna talk about the circadian rhythm, like, okay, where there's
ooh,
different people in different parts of the world, the sun rises and sets at different times. Like, when we say you should get 6 hours of sleep on average, 6, 7, 8 hours optimally. What is that based on? Is it based on, like, if I get 8 hours and I, work the night shift and I would sleep from 7 to, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the
mhm.
afternoon. Is that gonna be okay? Is that gonna give my body what it needs? Or, how where are we setting the tone for the hours that we're sleeping?
Okay, let me just say this.
That was a really long question. I probably could have worded it better, but y'all know what I'm
That's
talking about.
okay. Let me say this. If you work in the night shift, find a new job
Mm,
because you jacked up and you don't even know it. If you work a graveyard shift and you get home at whatever time, the sun's already up when you get home, awful for the body. Absolutely awful. Because about 4 o'clock ish, 5 o'clock ish, the body starts waking up. Think of a like in a cockpit of an airplane. A pilot gets in there, he's flipping all these
yeah.
switches. That's what your body's doing that time of the morning. It's getting you ready for the day
Mhm.
because that circadian rhythm is with the sun rising and the sun setting.
So it doesn't care
It doesn't
what time
care.
you go to
Yeah.
sleep or what time you're in the bed and all that stuff. What it cares is what time it's alignment with the sun as we are.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
when you're ready to go to bed, your body's like, no, no, no. Let's get the party
Yep.
started.
Yep. And I'd like to see your sleep score. It was
Yeah.
probably down in the 40s or
Mhm,
30s. So yeah, that's very important that you line things up with the sunrise and
mhm.
sunset.
So for those folks, we might have to do like a part two for those folks that do by choice or by lifestyle have to work those kind of shifts, and how do
Hmm.
they counter out
Hmm.
balance
Yeah,
that,
that's a whole
and how we
different
make
one.
up for that, because there's
Yeah.
there's always ways for everything. And before we start the podcast, we were actually talking about how we as humans manipulate the hell out of every situation, even if we're not calling it that. That's what we're doing.
Hmm.
And this is us manipulating, or you manipulating your body to trick it to do something that it's ready to turn the switches on. And you're like,
Right.
no, 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 we're going to bed now. And the body's like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
I'm running the show. Turn them lamp lights on. So we want to get into a stage where we're being very mindful,
Hmm.
meaning trust but verify all of the things that are going into our life, including our sleep patterns,
Right.
including, our eating habits, all of those things. But let's segue back over here. Or were you going to piggyback? I saw the look. We've been working together way too long. I'm like, go ahead, say it.
For those of you who don't work a graveyard shift
Hmm.
and you go to bed at whatever time, should be in bed by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And say you go to bed by 10 o'clock and you sleep through the night. And say it's, I don't know, maybe it's 5:30, 6 o'clock or whatever, and you're like, it's the weekend. I got nothing to do. I'm gonna turn over and I'm gonna sleep in.
Mhm.
So maybe you sleep for another hour, 2 hours. How do you feel when you get up?
I feel awful. I feel absolutely awful. I feel more tired. I feel, I'm a little bit feisty because I'm like, "Dude, I done let 2 hours go by. I coulda got so much done in
Yep,
those 2 hours," and I'm
yep,
like self-defecating, you know what I
yep,
mean? I'm
yep,
like, verbally assaulting myself, so I feel terrible.
yeah, yeah. You got this 777 ready to take off to the Bahamas.
Yes.
And you done flicked all the switches to get this thing going, getting ready to back out of the gate
Mhm,
onto
mhm.
the runway, and all of a sudden you shut all the switches off.
Yeah, you're sitting on the tarmac
Yeah, yeah,
with a plane full of people.
yeah. Air's not blowing. It's
Woo!
getting hot in there. Okay? It's like a computer. Control Alt Delete, shut
Mhm.
down, not hit the power button and then go off. Then you screw up your computer.
Yeah.
Same thing with the body. It's better to get up than to go back to sleep and, wake up a couple hours later.
Mhm,
Now, I'm not saying, if you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, yeah, by all means, go back to sleep. But that sweet spot around 5, 6 o'clock, don't play with that.
mhm.
If you wake up, get up. Don't go back to sleep because I'm the same way. Oh,
So
I
you're
feel
saying
terrible.
if you wake up, get up. If you're still sleeping, clearly the body was still tired and it
Yep,
was still
yep,
doing what it's gotta do. So
yep,
that's gonna be the key takeaway on that.
yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
good stuff.
So, all right.
Mhm.
All right. What else we got? So we're talking about sleep. Now I'm going to segue into something that most people are like, what does that got to do with anything? Steps, as in walking.
Walking it out.
So steps are critical. And you hear all kinds of numbers out there. Oh, you only need a couple thousand, you need 5,000, you need 10,000, you need this. Oh, you don't need 10,000. You hear all these things out there. So there's a couple studies I pulled just to kind of illuminate the
Mhm,
importance of steps.
mhm,
So,
mhm.
a study was done and it came back with the results that 9,826 steps per day are needed to have a 50% reduction risk in getting dementia. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, y'all need to get to walking. I wanna do the math on that and figure, like, how many miles is that? Because my goal is 10,000 steps per day,
That's
and
about 5 miles.
I was gonna say it's close to 5 miles,
Yeah.
might be a little.
2,000 steps is roughly a mile.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So I'm trying to break it down so it doesn't sound so intimidating, but
yeah.
what does sound intimidating is dementia. That's intimidating.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, so
yeah.
if we can reduce that by, I'm sorry, what was it? 50% just
50%
by walking.
just by walking.
And then the walking is obviously going to,
And you got 3,800 steps to get to 25%
yeah.
reduction. So, 3,800 steps. Now, those of you who have a job, I would be curious, and you should be curious, how many steps do you get a
Right.
day? Especially if you have a job that's sitting down all
Right.
day in front of a computer, which an awful lot of people
Mhm.
do. When I used to do that, I'd come home, I probably have 2,300 steps
Mhm.
in 8 hours.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to kill myself to get some steps in before I go to bed.
Yeah. And it's not fun.
No, no,
It's not fun.
not at all. Not at all. Again, we're going to need another probably episode
Yeah.
to combat some of these things, but we want to get these facts out to
Mm.
you, kind of as a I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Aha! Wow, that's important. Okay, so dementia, tough thing to battle, but just walking can help.
We're not saying it's the cure all
No,
for
no,
dementia, okay?
no, no.
But we're saying it's gonna reduce your chances by 50%, which is huge. And at this point, we need anything that's gonna stop.
Yep.
If it's
Anything.
cancer, dementia,
Yeah.
diabetes,
Yep. Yep.
heart
Yep.
disease, any of them, but they're all kind of correlated, just so we
Yeah.
know. And then what you should find is that because you're conscious and you're mindful of your steps
Mhm.
and all of this other thing, the byproduct is going to be just a healthier lifestyle. You're going
Yep.
to start accidentally watching what you eat and accidentally, like you're
Mhm.
going to start to kind of migrate to just overall health and wellness, which is great. That's what we're
Right.
aiming for everybody. But having an unhealthy mind but a
Yep.
healthy body,
Yep.
it's two in the same, they're connected.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
no one and the other. They're simultaneously running
Mhm.
as one machine. At times, it seems like one has more control,
Right.
your body, your flesh, craving, desire,
Mhm.
that type of thing, versus your mind saying, "No, we ain't doing that." Or "I can't," or "I'll try." Like,
Right.
there's these
Right.
little key words that we kind of say to ourselves that try to get us to not to do something or to do something, but it's all correlated. Mind and body is one thing.
Yep. Yep.
It's mind body, not mind and body.
Right.
It's mind body.
Yep. Yep. Now, with walking, obviously, that's physical activity. We know physical activity is good for the body, it's good for the heart. A lot of people talk about heart health, you
Mhm.
get out, walk, circulation, all that. Guess what? That blood goes to the brain, and the brain needs blood. So you're improving the circulation of blood to the brain, oxygen, nutrients, all that good stuff. It needs to be fed also. So you need to move. That's the basic thing. You need to move. And steps are one of the easiest ways to kind of determine where you're at. Because you can play those Jedi mind tricks with yourself. And, oh, yeah, I know I got it in 10,000 a day
Yeah.
because I went to here, I went there, I did
Yeah.
this and that. And you look at one of these things and you're at 4,000. Oh,
Yeah.
no, you didn't.
Not I mean, you're close. You did something.
Yeah, you did
You
something.
did something, but you didn't complete the task.
Yeah, yeah.
And side note, like you guys know, we're very open here and we talk about stuff. So I am one of my I sound crazy as hell. One of my therapists um talks about, did you complete the task or not? Like
Mhm,
he'll give me a task and I'm like, yeah, well, I did. I initiated it,
mhm.
but I didn't complete it.
Yeah,
This is that.
yeah.
Give yourself the task of 10,000 steps.
And
You will give you some credibility for 2,800, but you didn't complete the task. At the end of the day, did you win or did you? Oh, friend, I'm going here with y'all. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Either you win or you lose. Like, did you do it or no?
this tough love.
Yeah, it is tough, but life is tough.
Yeah,
But it's doable. It's
that's
not like
doable, and the rewards
very much so.
versus what you could get,
Yeah,
which takes me into the next one,
is
is cancer.
yeah.
10,000 steps reduce the risk of 13 different types of cancer.
Dude, how many of you guys knew that there was actually
Yeah,
13 different types of
I was
cancer?
trying to count them, and I got
Yeah.
stuck at like 8.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, I
like,
think I got
"Where's
stuck
the
at
other?"
6. Like, really? But there's a
So,
lot of them out there.
yep, yep, a lot of them. And the benefits really kick in around 5 to 7,000.
Mm,
So you at least gotta get there.
yeah.
And because, who doesn't know someone who's had cancer or
Mhm,
maybe passed away of cancer or what have you, fighting cancer? There's a lot of people out
mhm.
there. So if you can just be active and just walk. Now, we're not saying go out and run a marathon or
Yeah,
anything like that. Just walk.
yeah, and you can split that time up. You
Yep.
can
Yep.
do, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000.
Yeah.
However you break that down, you don't
Yep.
have to do it all at one time if it's time is an issue,
Mhm.
but you do
Mhm.
need to be intentional about getting it in.
And you gotta get off to a good start.
Yeah, and you know what? The other day I was on the phone and I looked up, I was like, "Damn, I was on the phone for an hour, Sylvia." I was on the phone and we were talking about some real stuff, but then we were talking about, like, a whole bunch of
Mhm.
non-relevant it was
Sylvia.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, just fun stuff. We were laughing a lot, but the moral of the story is I could have been walking that entire time.
Mhm. Yep.
Even if it was around my house,
Yep.
walking to the laundry room, walking in my room, walking back, walking down the stairs, walking up the stairs, walking to check the mailbox. I could have got probably
Mhm.
half of those steps in an hour.
Yeah.
But those are the things that we're talking about. It's like, what are you doing with your time?
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? Where you
Right.
say we're arguing our limitations and all that good stuff. It's like, you have the time. You just don't want to spend it doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you got to
Don't
be honest with yourself to say that
Yep.
instead of, no, I don't have the time. I'm so busy. It was a situation I had to talk to Sylvia about. Nah, dog, we ain't falling for it. You chose to not complete the task.
So many of us are rally cap. people.
Bradley cap.
Yeah.
Say
You know, when you put your cap on backwards, it's a lot of
Oh.
sports people
Oh,
do
okay,
that
okay.
because we gotta come from behind.
Yeah, I didn't
And
know
s
that's what it
and
was.
yeah, rally
Oh,
cap.
oh.
So many people operate in that mode. "Well, I still got time."
Yeah.
And they almost thrive off of the
Yes.
pressure and the
Yes.
stress. "Oh, I gotta get it done."
Mhm.
You know, I didn't do jack shit all day,
Mhm.
but it's 4 o'clock and I gotta get 10,000 steps. Ah, I'm up against the gun. I
Yeah.
gotta be in bed at 10. I gotta eat.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta take care of household, family, whatever. And they put all that pressure on themselves and they put that rally cap on. I know I can do it. And
Mhm.
then they fall short.
Mhm. And
Don't
then
don't don't do it to
yeah, and then
yourself.
you beat up on yourself.
Yep, yep, yep,
And
yep,
then, it makes it difficult to do it tomorrow because you're going in with a loser mentality. Like, I didn't do it yesterday, and I moved that over from that calendar day to this calendar day, and it might not get done. It becomes less important
yep,
because it is.
yep.
It's not important, obviously. And then next thing you know, it's just gone in its
And then
entirety, and
because what sets in, what can set in, oh, she doesn't do it. But why should I have to do it?
yeah.
This
Oh,
person doesn't do it. Why?
for
So you talk yourself
yeah,
out of
for
it.
any parent that has kids, y'all heard that one. Yeah, you have heard that. Well, he didn't do it. He did it. It was his turn. Like, no, be accountable for you. 10 toes down on you.
Yep, yep, yep. So get out there and walk.
Mhm.
Preferably get something that will count your steps. You can get it all in one thing. I'm sure yours
Yeah.
does it too.
Everybody has a
Uh,
cell phone, so
yeah, you got cell phone.
your cell phone will count your steps as well. You just
Yep,
have to turn on the app,
yep, yep.
and it's
So
free, I believe. I don't even think it costs anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay. So steps.
Okay.
Important thing. We got sleep down. Okay. Um, let's talk about since we're in the brain. Let's talk a little bit about DNA.
Mm, let's talk about it.
You didn't look excited when I said that.
I am, because I know this is gonna
Uh,
be a lot of yeah, let's discuss it. Yeah.
A lot of what?
Let's go. Let's go.
So DNA, and I'm not going to get into all the technical stuff, the building blocks of the body and all this kind of stuff. DNA is very important. Most people know DNA because they watch crime shows and
Mhm.
we got you linked to this crime
Yeah.
because of your DNA. So no one wants to get their DNA tested.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't want to get a database on me. Guess what? They already got a database on you.
Yeah.
So just get over that. But the key thing in getting a DNA test done is, and to me, it was fascinating. Well, I'm a little weird anyway,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
it was,
you are. I mean, we all are.
yeah, wow. I actually like
Yeah,
that.
it's unique.
But anyway, where was I going?
The DNA test is
DNA,
important
yes.
because
Yeah, DNA is very important because a lot of the tendencies you have as a person and a lot of things you do are tied into your DNA. Okay. And you
mm,
can find out a lot of stuff about
mhm,
yourself. Whereas you may be, oh, well, I'm trying to change this and I've been working all my life on this and
mhm.
that. Maybe that's how you were built. Instead of
Right.
changing it, you need to learn how to work with it.
Mm, mm,
Maybe that's it.
yeah, amen.
And, also, if you get a DNA test done, you can find out if you have a predisposition for something.
Mhm,
Very important. I had mine done. I have a predisposition for early onset Alzheimer's.
mm.
And I said, hell no.
Yeah, what do we do? Yeah.
So there's a couple of supplements I'm taking that actually help with that. And it's called um, a snip in your gene. So it's like a little defect that's in your
Mhm,
gene. And what happens is you can have SNPs in just about any gene.
yeah, and you will have them.
Yep,
Everyone
yep.
has some.
Everybody
It's
has
just
them.
knowing where they're at.
Where are they at? So this SNP just happens to be in a specific gene that deals with Alzheimer's. And it's all about, and this, when you get into DNA, you're really talking a lot about methylation. Oh, what the hell is methylation?
Yeah.
This is not a science class.
Eh,
Eh, kind of is.
yeah.
Methylation, just think of it this way. all the chemical reactions that go on in your body. You know there's a ton that go on in
Mhm.
your body. That's methylation. Okay, let's just break it down simplicity. That's methylation. Certain things have to happen in order for other things to
Mhm.
happen. Okay. And if you've got a defect somewhere, um, that's preventing or could prevent your health from continuing to be good, you need to address that.
Mhm.
But no one's half the battle.
Yeah.
You don't know. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
How would you know?
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
Yeah,
You
there's
wouldn't
no
know.
way to know, and you
Nobody in my family had it, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm good.
Mhm.
Grandpa didn't have it.
Yeah,
Dad didn't have it. Mom
yeah.
didn't have
So
it.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, no,
Not
no,
so much.
no. That's not necessarily the case.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then you want to work towards those things. Like everybody is looking at the external, excuse me, work looking at the external or how they feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then putting together their own assumption of what it is. I think we work together with lots of people and they always come in with, hey, I have this one thing. I know I have this, I think I have high blood pressure. It's run in my family. So I've been doing XYZ. And then we get you tested. We do all these things to find out that ain't it. So you've been working, putting all this energy and effort to and almost manifesting something
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't exist when you could have actually tested,
Mm-hmm.
got your DNA tested or your blood work to find out exactly what it is to figure out how to correct it. So you've
Right.
been doing all of it for vanity metrics. You're doing
Yeah.
it for a Facebook like or Instagram
Yeah.
like. It
Right.
means absolutely nothing. Okay. Okay. It means somebody actually pushed a button, but it doesn't change your trajectory on life.
Right.
This is the same thing. You have to know what you're working with to then be able to work on it.
Test, don't
Test,
guess.
don't guess.
There you go. Should be your mantra.
You can't
Test, don't guess.
manage what you don't manage.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't manage this,
Exactly.
then there's no way you can actually manage this.
So we'll put a link in the description when we post this where you can get a DNA test
Mhm,
done. Okay.
mhm, mhm.
All right. A couple more things I wanted to jump into.
I
Light.
think we're gonna
Oh,
get some more questions on the SNPs thing.
oh yeah.
I
I
think
know
I
we are.
think we are, so, eh, go ahead. You can Google it if you want to, but just make sure you drop the questions because we're if we need a deep dive into that
Yeah.
and how that works, then, we will definitely do so.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Love methylation. Uh,
Light.
light. Light. Did
Mhm.
you know light's critical for the mind to work properly, for the brain to work
Mm,
properly? Did you know that?
mm. I'm gonna venture and say there's quite a few of us that didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, who talks about that?
Mm,
Nobody talks about that. You know, and here's the thing. If you back it all the way up to digestion, talk about digestion again.
yeah,
We're always going to be talking about it,
because
so
that's the
just
key.
get used to it.
Yeah.
Um, vegetables, anything plant based, what do they take in?
Mhm.
Light, photosynthesis. Yeah,
Photosynthesis.
they
It's
take in
big.
light, and when you ingest plant based food, that light is still in the food.
Mhm,
So that when you ingest it, absorb it, and it gets ready to go into the cells, as those nutrients go into the cells, they emit that light, what helps create energy for your cells to do
mhm.
what they need to do. So light's very important.
So is that a play
The
on, like, the
basic.
antioxidants?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So in the morning, you need to get out in the light.
Mhm. Real
Real
light.
light. Real
Real
light.
light
Yeah.
sunlight.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have their windows, blackout shades. They
Hmm.
got stuff preventing the light from coming in the windows, like a film, which is kind of cool, but not. Like there's a lot of things that are preventing the light from coming in your house. But we're gonna suggest that you get
Yeah.
outside the house
Yep.
and
Yep.
get that light.
Yep. You're not a vampire.
You're not.
Okay. So
Mm-mm. There's no benefits in that.
yeah. Yeah. Get out, get some light. And guess what? You can get a few steps in too
Yep.
while you're out there.
Hmm.
Okay. Light is critical for memory, cognitive analytics, all
Hmm.
that type of stuff. Light is critical for the mind to be able to have that.
Mhm.
Okay, because guess what? Those nutrients are going to all the cells, including up here in the mind. So very critical. Um, Now you talked about free radicals,
Mhm.
oxidative stress,
Mhm.
all that kind of stuff.
I
And
mean, we didn't really go into oxidative stress.
okay, well, we're gonna jump into
We just give a
oxidative.
couple minutes on
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
oxidative stress. What is that? That's when you have an imbalance of free radicals and antioxidants. Okay, free radicals, antioxidants. Free radicals. Where do these things come from?
Those
Life,
yeah,
stress.
those are the bad ones.
Yeah, there's a bad
Those
one.
are the ones throwing those are the neighbor that's throwing the frat party next to your house. Those are those people.
Exactly. Environmental stuff, your lifestyle,
Lifestyle.
partying, getting no sleep, drinking, smoking, all this, thinking you're going to get enlightened because
Mm,
you're taking some mushrooms. Get off of that
yeah,
nonsense. You're already enlightened, by the way.
yeah.
That's a whole nother
Mhm,
podcast. So the oxidative stress is just an imbalance, like I said. And if you maintain that imbalance for too long a period of time,
mhm.
you're going to get all types of inflammation. And we know how bad
Right.
inflammation is. You're going to damage cells. It will go as far as damaging DNA.
Mm,
So it's very important that you minimize the amount of free radicals in the body. And again, lifestyle is a big thing. Um, the
Environment.
environment, the
Yes.
environment,
Yeah.
some of these things you can't avoid.
Mhm.
But to be aware of them, and there are things that you can take. I take a metals and an environmental um, tincture every day.
Mm.
Because guess what?
You
As
are
soon as
in
I leave this
yeah.
door,
You're in the outside world. You're
yeah,
outside.
yeah, exactly. You're in a whole different space.
Mhm.
And I just want to make sure that I'm not accumulating metals. Metals can come in all different forms. I didn't get metals. I don't work around
Mhm.
metals. Well, that box of whatever junk that you just bought,
Yeah.
the
And
machinery that helped produce that stuff,
mhm.
and all of a sudden you got some metal, microscopic metal fragments in there that you're ingesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
plays havoc on the body. And I hear people already. I hear them saying, "How many damn supplements do you take?"
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. And but it's targeted. It's all for a reason. Now to have a whole slew of supplements to take them just to be taking them, that's foolishness.
Mhm.
Test, don't guess.
Yeah.
All right. And so there are systems in the body that when you're 30 years old, they start to slow down.
Yep.
40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old. And that's where they usually make the cutoff 60, 65. Where there are some things that just don't produce what they used to.
Mhm.
Stem cell production drops dramatically.
Yeah. After 30.
Yeah. So, you need things to help the body, and that's where all this targeted supplementation comes in. But, and there are things that feed the brain what it needs. So those synapses can be firing the way
Mhm.
they're supposed to. um, Drainage of the toxins that are in your mind. I mean, we can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
And did you know there's about, what is it, 12? Forgot the number now. 12 holes?
I think it's 12.
12 holes on top of your head that drain fluid out while you sleep. Garbage.
When you're asleep is the key phrase. It's it's gotta come out.
Yep, it's
It's
gotta go.
gotta come out.
Yeah, and it's very toxic, bad stuff.
Mhm.
So that goes on. So help the body do what it's trying to do, which is repair, heal, energize itself, and make life a whole lot better
Yeah,
for
because
you.
at the end of the day, we're trying to make life a whole lot better. A lot of
Hmm.
folks are, I hope, not misinterpreting that we're saying, "Oh, you're gonna do all these things and you're gonna have this long life."
Right.
No, that's not exactly what we're saying. We're saying you're gonna have more life in the years that you have on this planet,
Yep.
like
Yep.
full life,
Right.
happy, joy,
Yep.
health, wealth,
Mhm.
all of those things while you're here. And because you're doing those things and you are actually leading more of a happy life, you probably will add some years to your life. But even if it doesn't, you want more life today.
Yeah, exactly.
And each
That
day that I'm here on this planet, I want the most fulfilling life that I can.
Mhm.
And it starts with understanding how the body works. It really starts with nutrition.
Mhm.
There's mental health involved. There's the brain works. There's cellular memory. There's all of these things. And it would behoove you just to believe what you were told or to
Mhm.
pick up. And I'm unpacking. I'm again constantly trying to evolve and learning about myself. And there was things that I have discovered that I didn't really know why I was doing.
Mhm.
And I didn't even know where I learned this behavior. It was like
Yeah.
something that it could be in my DNA. I don't think so. I think it's just something I picked up from my environment, meaning my family, my culture, my background. And when I identified it, it no longer suits me, so you get rid
Mhm.
of it. But you have to know. You
Right.
have to have enough courage to wanna deep dive and figure out, like, "Why am I like this?" And or be truthful with yourself. I've been attached the word of manipulation over the last month because I've seen it in myself how I tell half truths to myself to justify my limitations of why I don't really want to get my DNA tested because
Mhm.
it's going to make me change. It's going to say, Shelly, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't have so much tequila. Shelly, maybe you shouldn't put yourself in the environments where these activities are going on. And I don't want to let go of that old self. But guess what, y'all? At some point, it no longer serves you and you
Yep.
have to let things go so God can put something else in your hands.
Right.
You can't if you're constantly full of minutia, there's no room for goodness and growth. Like we need minutia, we need fertilizer to help grow. And that's that situation that you're in, that denial river that you continuously swim in. Get out of there. Your hair's getting wet.
Very well said. Very well said. So,
Yeah.
you gonna leave them with anything else
Uh,
other than get your steps in?
get your steps in. We're not even going to say get your blood work done. We are going to say get your blood work done. Test, don't guess, but just start somewhere. Start with your the number's 10,000, okay? 9826. But let's shoot higher just in
Mhm.
case. Let's say 10,000 steps per day. Let's see how many of you guys hit that. And don't be shame. If you only hit 5,000 and 5,000 today is your 10,000, great. We will give you
Mhm.
all the air quotes and the high fives
Yep.
and attaboys that you need. But we are trying to build, not we're trying, we are building a community of like minded people that are just trying out here, trying to survive and trying to do
Mhm.
better.
Yep.
Not even trying
Yep.
to survive, we're trying to thrive.
That's it.
Okay.
Right.
And that's what we're going to challenge you with. And it's an easy challenge. Push past those excuses, start somewhere. If it's 1,000 steps, girl, get it.
Yep.
If it's
Yep.
2,000, hey, hooray, you're getting
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah.
You're closer today than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
You have
Exactly.
to start.
Yep. Yep. And with that,
We out.
we out.
This is
See ya.